All right, so for lesson 6.6, we are adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So the video you watched showed you how to change those mixed numbers into fractions greater than 1, which simply means your numerator is larger than your denominator. Your lesson shows you how to leave them as mixed numbers and just change them to having the same denominator so that you are able to add or subtract. You can do it either way. So if you look at page 265, we have Denise mixed 1 4/5 ounces of blue paint with 2 1/10 ounces of yellow paint. How many ounces of paint did Denise mix? Okay, so we know we're going to add these two because it's asking how many ounces, so we want to know in all. So we're going to add those two. Step 1, they're showing us, you can just estimate it. 4/5 is close to 1 whole because 5/5 is 1. So this is close to 2, and 2 1/10 is also close to 2. So your estimate would be 2 plus 2. So if we get close to 4, we know that we are in the right ballpark. So step 2 is finding that common denominator. Well, our second fraction is 1/10, and I know that 10 is a factor or a multiple of 5. So I'm going to make my first fraction, 4/5, have the denominator of 10. Okay, so my 1 stays the same, and I'm going to make my denominator 10, and I have to multiply 5 by 2 in order to get 10, which means I multiply my numerator by 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and then I'm going to leave this second fraction the same because now they have common denominators. Okay. You can leave it written this way, linear, side by side, or if you see it better, you can write it going top to bottom. Either way, whatever way visually works for you. Okay? So now that my fractions have a common denominator, I can simply add them the way they are. So my denominator will stay 10. I have 8 plus 1 in my numerator, which becomes 9, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So your answer is 3 9/10. And 9/10 cannot be simplified because they don't have a common factor. So 9/10 is the simplified form of that fraction. Okay, so that's how you would add mixed numbers. So let's take a look at page 266 where we are subtracting mixed numbers. And they give us 4 5/6 minus 2 3/4. Okay, now again, we need that common denominator. So I'm going to use, let's see, in the book they use 24. You could also use 12. I'm going to use 12 because it's smaller. Okay, so I'm going to have 4 and something over 12 minus 2 and something over 12. So let me work with this first one. I do 6 times 2 to get 12. So 5 times 2 will give me my numerator of 10. And 4 times 3 gives me 12. So 3 times 3 gives me 9 for my numerator. Okay, so now I'm just going to subtract. And it doesn't matter, you can subtract your whole numbers first or you can subtract your fractions first. You'll get the same answer. So 4 minus 2 is 2. 10/12 minus 9/12 is 1/12. Okay, so that's how you would subtract mixed numbers.